Hello, I'm Roy Moore III with STEM Music, and I'm asking you to love your library. And I just wanted to share the impact the Wichita Public Library system has had on me as an entrepreneur, business owner, and full-time musician with children's music and my company, specifically STEM Music. It was at this library right behind me where I actually sat and wrote the business plan for STEM Music. So this library provided a space for me to be creative, to be an entrepreneur, be a business owner. But better than that, once I created STEM Music LLC, this is the library that booked me to do my very first library show. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm wearing a shirt that says STEM Music in Kansas Tour. I just finished my STEM Music in Kansas library tour this summer, 2025. And that would not have been possible without my first show here at the Advanced Learning Library a couple of years ago, which proved that I could do a library tour. I'm in such support of our Wichita Public Library, not only getting to do the shows with STEM Music, but also getting to see the resources our library system is providing our community.
My name is Laura Berry, and I am retired from commercial banking. What I love about having the library here in Wichita is that it gives many people, whether they're small children who are learning about the library, learning that it even exists and learning what's here, or whether you are a student in high school or a college student, or maybe you're an entrepreneur trying to research some things for your business, you have this wonderful resource at your fingertips. Personally, I still use the library.
Hi, my name is Autumn Noir, and I am a Wichita artist. The Wichita Public Library means so much more to me than I could ever condense into one short video, but I think it could be best summarized in 2 words: community and advocacy. This year, the library's Big Read event featured a book called Sitting Pretty, which is a book about a woman's life as a disabled person. I'm physically disabled myself with a debilitating permanent condition called complex regional pain syndrome. As part of the Big Read event, I was invited to participate in a library panel that featured local marginalized artists. This was the first time that I'd ever had the opportunity to talk about my experience in the Wichita community as a disabled artist. And people showed up, they asked questions, they listened. I felt like I was being heard in a way that I had never experienced before. And this was just one of the constant, incredible events that the Wichita Public Library puts on. Our public libraries are providing a platform to people who are so often silenced. They're giving us ways to come together, speak, and listen to one another. They're giving local artists visibility. I truly cannot think of a place that's doing more for the Wichita community than our libraries. They're a vital pillar in our city.
Jeff Turner, and I'm retired. I grew up in North Riverside. My sister, who was 2 years ahead of me in school, brought all her books home, and we would sit on the couch and she would read her books to me. Well, I guess I and everybody else thought I knew how to read. She would open the book and I would look at the page and I would say the words. And it turned out I did not know how to read. Went through the 3rd grade, I still to this day remember a miserable 3rd grade experience. But at the end of the 3rd grade, my mom, God rest her soul, just determined that she was going to make sure I knew how to read. Starting with the basics and going up. The fact that those resources were there, readily available, the programming was there. I mean, if my mom were here today, I know she'd say, I don't know how I would have done it without the library. Had I not learned to read, there's no way I could have done my job. There's no way I could have gone to college. I could have faked some things, but you can't fake not being able to read. You have no idea about what things in your life are so important until after the fact. But that year was so pivotal. I was talking to an educator one time who was shocked that I couldn't read, and I was in the 3rd grade. Shocked that I actually had a successful career, because I guess the statistics say if you can't read by the time you're in the 3rd grade, the chances of you learning to read after that are pretty small. But thank God for a mother who took the initiative, not just cared, but took the initiative, and thank God for the library system. Today I have 6 grandkids, and 2 of them they're 13 and 11, and they love to go to the library. My wife tells me that when she takes the 2 grandkids to the library, and if they have a friend or somebody they bring along, these 2 kids are like the ambassadors for the library. they show them everything in the library because they're so pleased with the new library. So that's my library story.
Hello, my name is Tara Traeger. I'm 16 years old. It's going to be my 4th year on the Teen Advisory Board this fall, and it's my 2nd summer volunteering for the summer reading program. Being at the library makes me happy and gives me a sense of community. I love that I get to meet teens from all around the Wichita area and not just the ones in my school and in my neighborhood. The library's staff are always welcoming, and it gives me a sense of community. I'm so thankful that the Wichita Library has given me and so many other teens the opportunity to find my place in the Wichita community.
My name is Monique Garcia. I'm a lifelong Wichitan and just super excited to share about my story about the Wichita Public Library. My grandma Connie Lopez in 1963 started Connie's Mexico Cafe, which is just around the corner from Evergreen Public Library. I'm really excited to share that my mom is just a loyal patron of Evergreen Public Library. She shared a story with me just a few days ago that she loves to look in the newspaper at the New York Times bestseller list, and then she'll scan through what particular books she might be interested in, and then she will come here to the library and seek help from the library staff about the large print books so she can read some of the New York Times bestsellers, but large print. My mom always tells me how welcoming the staff are, especially Karina and the entire team at Evergreen. That warm, consistent presence makes the library feel like a second home. Evergreen is personal. My sisters Carmen and Adele, who now run Connie's Mexico Cafe, are featured in the beautiful mural on the east wall of the Evergreen branch, which celebrates many other local community trailblazers. I have a tremendous amount of respect for the Wichita Public Library for truly bringing accessibility to the forefront for all folks, regardless of socioeconomic status, because it's really important to recognize that not everybody has Wi-Fi access, not everybody has a smartphone that has those features. And so thanks to the Wichita Public Library and the investments that are made, just around the corner there's a Wi-Fi bench where folks can have access to that. You don't have to have a library card. I mean, the low barriers are important because it really encourages everybody to access. It's a welcoming space, it's a safe space, and I just can't say enough about how grateful I am to have such a treasure library system in our community.
I'm Ryan. I am 16 years old, and I have always loved volunteering at the library and in my community. There's always such a good community and vibe, and there's always a project to do. I feel that the library is such an important space for teens because being able to have knowledge and stories as they begin to enter adulthood can make them really well-rounded. I'm so glad I've gotten to volunteer at the library for so long, and I can't wait to keep up with these experiences.
Okay, can you guys tell me your names again?
And I'm Charmy.
And can you tell me about your favorite time at the library? What's the number one thing that sticks out to you?
My favorite time at the library was about reading books, making your adventures come true. Story time was my number one favorite with my mom, because that was a time that we got to sleep together, have fun together, read books together. It was so fun.
So we started with few books, and that created a passion. Like, she took up the challenge of reading 1,000 books before kindergarten. So she was so passionate to do that. And every day it was a mission. So she's like, okay, Mom, we have to, even if we are tired, let's even do one book. But then it was like a special bond and special time we had, where we would read 3 books or 4 books every night, and that was a fantastic time that we would spend together. And what I also realized that her vocabulary increased tremendously. Like, her language skills, her communication skills were amazing. A lot of times she would read the words and she would ask me, Mom, what does that mean? So new words where she would be always inquisitive. So we really enjoyed that time with reading books.
How do you feel when you learn something new in a book?
I feel so proud of myself.
Nice. How'd you feel whenever you got a prize for your reading achievements?
I felt so excited, I just wanted to scream.
It's okay if you let out a scream. We don't shush you in the library like we used to.